This is Proverbs 31 Woman, and this is my first video for my new channel. And I want to talk to you today about something I ran across in a book by Oswald Chambers. If you haven't read it, I really recommend it, called My Utmost for His Highest. And it's on the essay, Beware of the Least Likely Temptation. The first time I read this, I literally was stopped in my tracks. I had to think about this for a few hours because I realized just how many times I have been tripped up by this. And I have been reading the Bible for 40 years and yet fell for this same trick of the devil. I can't tell you how many times. He says here, after you've just been through a serious spiritual crisis, he says, we're apt to say it's not at all likely that having been through the greatest crisis of my life, I would now turn back to the things of the world. Do not try to predict where the temptation will come. It is the least likely thing that is the real danger. It's in the aftermath of a great spiritual event that the least likely things begin to have an effect. They may not be forceful and dominant, but they are there. And if you are not careful to be forewarned, they will trip you up. You will remain true to God under great and intense trials. Now beware of the undercurrent. And this is exactly what has happened to me for my entire Christian life. You get surrounded on all sides. You go through this tremendous spiritual crisis, and you're fighting, and you're doing spiritual warfare, and you're fasting, and you're praying, and finally you break through, and everything is good, and you let down your guard, and then the devil comes along and sucks you in and grabs you by the ankles with the undertow. So, this is not going to be a long video, but I want everybody to pay attention to this. Don't fall for this again. I'm just now starting to pay attention to this. That is the number one time when he gets you. He takes the right hook, and you duck, and you don't see the undercut coming up, and by the time you realize it, you're already on the ground. So, when you've come through a big spiritual crisis, that is not the time to go, that is a time to say, okay, I got to pay attention now. Because I know he's around here somewhere and he's going to come after me. So, I'm just going to make these little videos of these things that I come across. I'm not a minister or a teacher. I don't have a ministry. I'm just a regular old commonplace Christian like everybody else. But as I run across these things that, really made me open up my eyes, I'm going to bring them to your attention. And, hey, if it helps one person to not make these mistakes, then it'll be worth it. Okay, God bless all of you. Thank you. If you've got anything out of this, then subscribe to my new channel, and I'm going to try and put out a few of these a week. God bless you all.